All right, y'all, come over here, kids. All right, listen, sit y'all ass down. We're gonna watch this video on WWE. Behave. Don't give me a hard time. You know how like every time when you was a kid, you go to a family party and you didn't want to go, you stomping your feet, you didn't want to get dressed, and your parents be like, look, when we get over there, you gonna sit down, don't misbehave. All right? And you be like, like, that's how I feel like when we, you know. Anyways, though, look. So we got the Ringside Report. We read a little bit about universe mode and creations. They've done a bunch of updates to it. Of course, there's some stuff we did have questions about, which we're gonna talk about later on in the video. But I always have my gripes with like universe mode. I'm not as versed with that mode. Let's go ahead, react to this. All links considered is gonna be in the description below. Make sure you guys follow your boy, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Let's go ahead and watch this. Ringside Report 3, Universe of Creations. All right.
It's your role model, Bailey. And since no one else is up to the task, I am here to walk you through.
Hold on. I know they did some reworks last year, but maybe I must have forgot. But on the first take, you fixed her face. She was looking like everybody's abuela. Y'all had her looking crazy in the other games. So maybe I'm missing something. I know they fixed it last year. I remember her a couple years ago was tweeting like, damn, y'all did me like this. Yo, I give them credit.
Everything new in universe mode and community creations for WWE 2K26. This year's modes are all about storytelling. Create K26. This year's mode.
Yo, that's an old ass render of Bailey, ain't it? She was out of the single stage. You know, when women dye their hair red, that means they single, getting crazy with it. Whatever. All right, so let me see the AI attributes.
Modes are all about storytelling, creativity, and control. It's going to be so much fun. Hope you can handle it. Universe mode, you say? We're starting with that because this year it's got more options and more drama. More ways a creative person like you can build the WWE of your wildest imagination. First up, drafts. Finally, drafts are actual events now. And for
well, as far as I remember, there was no actual draft section dedicated to universe mode, right? What was that on the bottom left? I know in my GM they had it, but like universe mode was different. You probably had to go like create it like in your own way. You had to go about it your own way. Hey, that's kind of clean.
All you little micromanagers that have to have it your way, you can customize the whole thing. Schedule your own draft,
we gotta go back to that.
Set your own rules with no one in your way. You can now watch whole shows. That's so neat. And with as few breaks as possible. Sometimes you just want to sit back and relax like the true leader you are.
I knew they were going to utilize that broadcast camera. I knew they were going to utilize the camera feature here after we seen how the entrances looked. I'm so glad they also implemented this into universe mode. That's going to cause for everybody to be super immersed. Like that's going to bring some immersion.
And watch everyone else compete and do all the work. Watch the whole card play out and let them do all the exciting things. You can now easily set up and customize your universe. Pick your shows.
That's what I was just about to say, like the the slots that were used.
You can now easily set up and customize your universe. Pick your show.
Maybe this is wishful thinking. I think TNA a part of this. I think like they're gonna be involved in some shape or form. You think they hiding it from us as like a big like surprise? I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking that one. But okay. Some details here. There's a lot of parts where I wanted to pause, but I feel like every time I pause the video, you guys get upset. Y'all probably like mid-chew, and y'all probably be like, "Arr!" So I don't be wanting to pause the vid. Y'all be getting too pissed. But roster 56, roster 4. All right, so okay. I'm looking at some of the details.
Import your created shows and more. It's all in one place. Easy peasy. All right, for all you obsessive types, there are more sliders and settings.
I've been wanting to say something about this.
All right, for all you obsessive.
One thing that upsets me about WWE, and I don't want to be too negative, like not the point, but every time we see the version of the game coming out is when like their look is ready to change. Like her look, like her hair is already grown out almost all the way, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I know I'm not tripping. So this is like a year ago she had it like this. So I don't know if they're going to update everything. Because you remember last year, they had old image assets. They had the incorrect overalls. This shit was crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Types. There are more sliders and settings. Fine-tune your match logic, balance things, whatever. But here's the important part. Teams. Make an entrance with your crew and use the full team motion setting to make it look perfect. Oh, and more championship slots on shows, and you could choose specific attires for PLEs, promos,
that's kind of
and
clean.
WrestleMania, because you have to look good when you're a champ.
Could we go to creations and create like a fire outfit for WrestleMania for them and customize it? Could we do like themes and stuff? Like we could do our own Halloween Havoc. Like we could do like whatever. Remember, I'm not too like well versed in universe mode. So everything I'm seeing here, y'all probably like, Rick, they had it already. They just overhauled it. I'm still looking at this like, damn, this is like kind of new to me.
With that said, let's talk about the real fun, promos, which you know I'm best at. Superstars can make announcements about their future.
She look good.
Make a bad decision, great. Turn into a fan favorite or a villain, all that fun stuff. Call-outs and interrupts are better too. Challengers can pick the match.
Why they use Jey Uso here?
All that fun stuff. Call-outs and interrupts are better too. Challenger.
Why they using Jey Uso here? You know he don't speak. Man, he gonna be like 1 letter, 2 words, 5 syllables. Like he not gonna do nothing. Why they got him there presenting? Look, I love Jey Uso, but why they got him doing this, bro? Damn, that motherfucker boss said bigger than a big, huh?
Challengers can pick the match type, or champions can pick the show.
Yeah, that's kind of clean.
Ready to cash in? I wrote the book on that. The team improved cash-ins during title matches. They really perfected my move this time. Thanks. Okay, let's move on to community creations.
Okay.
This is
all right. I'm gonna pause it right here. Let's go back on Universe, and then we're gonna break down community creations, the area of community creations. Okay. All right. So let me just read some of the stuff that I noticed here. It says each show can support up to 8 titles from the men's and women's division. It said inclusive of tag team titles and intergender supported championships, along with 2 Money in the Bank briefcases. The draft, it says, one of the biggest new features. We've seen a little video on the bottom, which means maybe it'll be. I did a sports game do that before? Like did an NBA game or NFL game do this before? I don't recall, man. But what I do know is and I'm talking about like back in the days. If they've done it recently, then whatever. But pretty much you could kind of like have like an official, it's a dedicated draft tier, which I think is pretty damn fire. Some of the money in the bank cash-ins. I noticed this part right here, this image. I went over to the site to see if there's any more details. It says we made some updates to how Money in the Bank cash-ins work. For starters, no more target championships, meaning Money in the Bank briefcase can be cashed in on any eligible title on a given show. As you can see in the image below, you can push a button to cash in during matches and then choose either to do it mid-match or post-match to keep things interesting. I think this is pretty cool. I think having the ability to do that, what I would like is, I don't know if it's possible, if you could determine this beforehand and you can have them come in at the end of the match just to create more immersion for like people that you create content for, and so that you don't have no UIs or whatever involved. I think it would be super dope to like have this predetermined by you having to select whatever option. So I don't know if that's even possible, but still, nonetheless, this is actually really cool to see. I would like the idea that there would be like a difficulty gap on it, like a risk gap, where even though you might do a mid or a post, like depending on whatever traits are given to whichever wrestler, if they have teammates, if they have like a faction, that you be careful when you select this, because if you end up selecting it, determining like whatever's going on in the scenario, maybe they might have their friends interfere, or you might get screwed over to where then now you can't actually use it in this particular match or PLE, and then therefore you might have to use it in another one. For example, there's been many times where a superstar comes down and right before he's about to cash in, he might get super kicked or something like that by somebody. And I think that would be cool for like the odds, like depending on the odds of like the momentum of what's happening. See, stuff like that, I would love to see that. That's insane. I don't think they're gonna go that far though. It says promos. In our deep dive video, we mentioned that we have improved promos, so we wanted to provide a few more details. Self-promo superstars can now make announcements that affect their immediate future, which is like a quick time, which is almost like Telltale games. You select whatever thing that's going on, and it will determine a different type of outcome in the future, which I think is cool because it can add more intensity. It might add something, but there's a problem with this part right here. Because I noticed they don't have any backstages, and I've heard other content creators speak on this, and I think it would have brought so much more immersion and expanded upon the stories that we would want to create in universe mode. Not being able to create promos and call outs and open challenges within the grounds of all of the whole WWE arena, meaning like the backstage, it would have been cool. While things get intense, you can add a section where somebody's just walking in the backstage and then somebody comes in to attack them in the backstage, or getting a quick little interview in the backstages. So that would have been kind of cool to have that. But nonetheless, having all these type of sliders are great. It says 2K26 brings even more options for match setup in this year in Universe. This is with the addition of our new settings and sliders. Players will find a selection of matchmaking sliders to allow them for modifications, blah, blah, blah. It says matchmaking bonuses can also be tweaked. So it says base title match bonus. You can have this set to however you want it to be. I think this is super, super cool. So as far as the bonuses, it would be great to see how this would transfer over into in-game match towards the end match. I think it would be cool. It says for those who want to start from scratch, we've included the option for clearing the default data, such as superstar relationships, divisions, rivalries, and more. That means you could come in bare bones with everything. What I do like about the draft is you could draft a faction, you could draft your friends, draft a group, or however you make it fit. What I want to know is, like, because you get to change their outfits per PLE or whatever, if we go to Saudi again, could I create an outfit that's related to Saudi's colors, like their, you know, the emerald greens and stuff like that? Like, would we be able to do that? I believe you would be able to do that. And I think that's pretty cool. But let me know, would y'all like to see some universe creations? I mean, universe mode for me. I would definitely drop some, or I could do one multiplayer. I don't think they have a online universe mode. It's more online my GM, I think. But yeah, let's go ahead and move over now to the creations area and let's see what they're cooking on for there.
Creations. This is where all you creative types hang out.
I got two of my Donnie and Phantasm, bro.
Think you can design gear better than a role model? Knock
good.
yourself out. Get ready for a big upgrade to the creation suite. Full body morphing, better face morphing.
Hold the hell up, man.
Get ready for a big...
The tattoo suite. I still feel like well, no, we could upload our images and stuff like that, but that's pretty cool. They got a whole, damn.
Upgrade to the creation suite. Full body morphing, better face morphing, and two-tone hair blending so you can all try to copy my style or create your own. For arenas, you can customize LED barricades, all that technical stuff. And for create an entrance, you can finally set up advanced timeline editing for stables. And get
that's kind of cool.
They even doubled the creative superstar slots
2 to 400,
200,
right?
And custom image. They even doubled the creative superstar slots to
required rank silver. So how you unlock this? You gotta grind to unlock slots for community creations. We just can't have them out the gate.
200 and custom image slots to 2,000. That is amazing.
Oh, 2,000.
Listen up. I keep hearing people act like we only work on Create a Superstar, and honestly, that's adorable. Create an entrance? Yeah, we added advanced options for solo and stable motions, and you can finally build entrances and victories for 4 and 5 person stables. Create a championship? Brand new parts. In fact, with all those new parts, one of you should go ahead and create a special Bailey-only championship. You know, something worthy of the role model. Don't mess it up. I am genuinely excited to see what you all do when WWE 2K26 comes out on March 13th. It's your world, your show, your story. But just remember, you're all just living in mine. I'm Bailey, and I'll always be your favorite superstar. Have a great time.
Yo, shout out to CM Punk, because I feel like he got Bailey involved with this promo. I feel like they've been shitting on her in WWE, but since CM Punk is, I think, behind the scenes with WWE doing all this promo stuff, especially on Twitter, he probably grabbed Bailey. He fucks with Bailey heavy, of course, and to do this. And I'm happy about that. I mean, I could be wrong, but it just seems like a coincidence that CM Punk is taking over this whole promo run for it, and you see Bailey. So I think that's pretty cool, man. Honestly, I always said it for last year. I thought she got shitted on, bro. I thought like she got screwed over or snubbed. But look, there's some things I've seen here. Shout out to everybody who goes super in depth with the creation suite. The full facial region, I want every little piece. There's some people with dented heads, you know what I'm saying? Some of y'all slow. So one of y'all heads right here might be dented, I don't know. So they need to have it all in the game. So with that, this one, you see you unlock all this from the island. So a lot of these you unlock in the island, okay? Just want y'all to know that.
Sweet.
But right here is crazy. Am I bugging? Did I not? I don't recall this ever. So the fact that you could give yourself some big ass arms for a little body is insane.
Morphing better.
I love that because you got guys like Austin Theory who's all muscle, no attributes. And so you might just want to add this right here to him. Whatever. And like, I think that's fantastic, to be honest. What else did I see? Let me see. Oh, there was nothing else in this section right here. Just picking this. They got medium. Wait, this is the medium arm section? Oh no, we're gonna have something. There's gonna be some incredible Hulks being made. I think the hairstyle stuff is really cool too.
Better face morphing and two-tone hair blending,
cool.
So you can all try to copy my
That's super
style.
cool. That's super cool. I think that's super dope. I think being able to customize everything within the arena is awesome. Could we take it outside? Could it be an indoor-outdoor arena? Could it be whatever? I think it'll be fantastic. One thing I was really wondering, could they allow? I was really hoping they could allow us to create our own backstage. Like, you know how they got the old school like memorabilia area where we could fight in? They got like this haunted area now that I think you could fight in. It would have been dope if you could create your own backstage like arena to brawl in. That would have been like super gas. Now I don't know if we could or if we ever did, because I don't recall that at all. So all this changing the light stuff, I already know some of my viewers in the chat, they're gonna be going crazy. Being able to do this, I think personally, it should have been up to like eight players in a faction coming out. Like they should have made it up to 8 players. You never know what craziness people are willing to do, but 5 is still good. I know last year there was an issue where they had the things kind of messed up with having Paul Heyman, or I think it was a year or 2 years ago, the way he would come out, and it kind of messed up the how like they were organized and stuff like that. But for me, I think the character creation suite up to however many. Let me see what she said. Let me see what she has said right here.
Get ready. They even doubled the creative superstar slots to 200 and custom image slots to 2,000.
So 200 and then 2,000 for custom image slots. That's amazing. I'm not gonna lie, that's amazing. Creative belts, all that good stuff. I think it's fantastic. Going crazy, all the entrances that you could choose from. Music-wise, this would be the game that I would wish that they could add AI, because I would use just AI some cool rock and roll music and some shit that wouldn't get copywritten. But honestly, I don't have a problem with it. I think the character creation suite is getting better and better. It's all about the hair, it's all about the styles, the movesets, all that good stuff, and that AI thing they have for predetermining like when they do their certain moves, up to 3 of them, I think it was. I think it's fantastic. So let me know what you guys think. I think there's a lot that they're bringing into this. I don't think they're done announcing a lot. Of course, we still got the island we have to see. My GM, I think they need to talk about. And a few other stuff, the My Rise, I hope it ain't gimmicky. Jesus, oh my God, I hope it ain't cringe. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, though. It's your boy 30G. God bless everybody, and I'm out of here. Peace.